Over the next 12 hours or so, I am taking 2 Turkish Airlines flights. One is in business and one is in economy. So I thought I would make this video to show you what the difference is flying Turkish Airlines Business and flying Turkish Airlines Economy, and whether it's worth paying for an upgrade. And I'll tell you how much I paid for this upgrade at the end of the video. I'm not gonna lie, I have had the most stressful journey to get here. I had the bright idea of getting the bus into central London rather than the one that stops at Heathrow, so I could do some filming in central London. And it took me 2.5 hours to get to Heathrow Airport because of points failures. So it's been quite stressful, but I arrived, checked in. So the first perk with business class is obviously when you check in, you can go to a business class check-in, which usually has a much shorter queue. There were actually maybe 3 people ahead of me, so I did have to wait for a little bit, but not too bad. Then you check in, you get a higher luggage allowance, 30 kilograms. With your business class boarding pass, you can go through priority security, so that obviously saves a bit of time as well. So yeah, if I was going to choose a day to take a while to get to the airport, it would have been today. So I've got an hour before my flight departs, and I think I've got about 20 minutes before it said it starts boarding. I'm just approaching the gate now. I think there is a lounge that I can use with my business class pass, so I might pop in there very quickly to show you around if nothing else, but I wouldn't mind a glass of wine as well. It's been quite a stressful day. A nice 10 minutes in the lounge. At this point I was just playing chicken with myself. Are we boarding? No, we're not boarding, it's still go to gate, but it's gate 44, which is up here. I hate rushing in airports, so I went into the lounge, sat down, had a few sips of wine, and then thought, you know what, I really don't want to miss this flight, especially not after upgrading to business. I'm gonna speed walk through the airport now, find the gate, and hopefully be boarding soon. Alright, the gate is literally right behind me, but we are right here, so I guess I'll take a seat and just wait to be called. Business class boarded not long after, so I got on the plane, found my seat and had a welcome drink. It wasn't alcoholic, it was a soft juice type drink. My first impressions of the seats were that they were really comfy and had loads of leg room, had a plug and had some controls of the entertainment, although I did have a few issues with this. Then food was served not long after we took off. It was very tasty. We had the traditional meze platter, and then I'd ordered a vegetarian meal, which luckily did correspond to business class, so I got some stuffed aubergine. It was very good, but I have heard Turkish Airlines being really rated for their business class food, and I don't think it was quite as good as some of the reviews that I've heard, but I was on a short haul flight, so maybe they're better on the long haul. So I'm about halfway into my flight now, and it is going good. I'm enjoying the business class seats, they're very comfortable. I would very happily spend a lot more time on them. Unfortunately, my longer flight is in economy. It's a bit difficult to film because I am sitting next to someone and I don't want to bother him too much, so I can't sort of really talk to my camera while I'm there. So I thought I'd just come to the bathroom and give you a quick update. Had food was good. It wasn't quite as extensive as I thought it was going to be, but I think that might be because we're on a shorter flight now. I think maybe they have the more extensive options on the super long haul flights. We had meze, we had cheese, I had an aubergine, like a stuffed aubergine with rice, and then like a kind of rice pudding for dessert. So yeah, no, it was all pretty tasty, and it's served very nicely. You get a tablecloth, you get proper cutlery, so it is a very nice dining experience. One slightly quirky thing is my entertainment doesn't seem to be working, which I don't mind too much because I wasn't really going to use it anyway, but I did want to sort of try it out, and the button of my controller just isn't really functioning very well, so I haven't actually been able to watch anything. Which, as I say, I wasn't really planning to, but I was going to just have a little look and see what I could see. I think I'm going to try and have a little lay down when I get back to my seat and see how the lie flat function works, because I think Turkish is quite famous for that. This is a nice little touch. Molten brown toiletries here. It was only about 8 PM British time, so I wasn't really ready to have a nap, but honestly I was absolutely buzzing about these seats. They are proper lie flat seats and it was so cool just feeling it go down. You could definitely tell that I don't fly business class that much by how excited I was about this. So I am pretty much lying completely flat on a plane. Like, this is actually really comfy. It feels like a proper bed. Like, honestly, I think if I was on a proper night flight, I think I could get a solid like 8 hours sleep on this. It's than a lot of beds I sleep on, and it's tilted a tiny bit here, which actually is good for me because I have GERD, chronic acid reflux. But other than that, it's literally like basically flat. My legs are stretched out. It said that business class passengers got 1 hour of free Wi-Fi, but I actually connected about 3 hours in, and I had it for the rest of the flight. Honestly, this flight wasn't long enough. It was only 3 hours and 25 minutes. But as we were landing, I did realise we were landing quite a lot later than planned, and I only had an hour and 20-minute layover. So I actually got off the plane around 40 minutes before my next plane departed, which was not ideal. We were taxiing at the time it said my next plane started boarding, so I'm now pacing through Istanbul Airport. Do-10 go to gate still. Okay, we're still on go to gate. I think I was taken around the back entrance so I could have a bit of a shortcut. Didn't have to go through security again. So hopefully I'll be alright. I was all of a sudden like went from the arrivals straight into departures. So let's go. I've made it. Don't know if I would have without them letting me around the corner, but right now I've made it. Very happy about that. Now let's go see what Turkish Airlines economy class has to say for itself. It's been a while since I flew. No, that's a lie. I flew Turkish Airlines economy fairly recently, but I was asleep the whole time. So let's go see what it's like. So this was obviously a very quick transition from business to economy, but the seats weren't too bad. I didn't need that much legroom anyway because I am very short, but it is very noticeable that there is a lot less space in economy class. But once I was sorted, it really wasn't too bad. I made it. In all the commotion, I left my water to-go bottle on the plane, which I'm very sad about, and I had to buy this. Don't have any idea how much it was. I bought it in a massive Russian Cafe Nero. It's the fancy Fiji water, so I'm not expecting it to be cheap. But I did only have £11 in that account, so at least I know it was less than that. Right, pharmacy. I'm in an aisle seat, so that's good, better than a middle. And yeah, we'll get settled in, and then we'll chat. After we took off, I let myself have a couple of hours sleep, but I set my alarm because I really wanted to try and beat jet lag. We're about 4 hours down, I've got 5 hours or so to go. I had a little bit of a sleep, but I'm going to try and not sleep anymore, so I do actually sleep later on and I'm not too jet lagged. We did get a very nice amenity kit, even flying economy, so wait, let me try and put you up here and I'll show you what's in it. So, a couple of earplugs which I've already been using, toothbrush, which I'll use now, some socks, some tubes here, some toothpaste, some lip balm, and an eye mask, and some slippers. I actually put on because I'm still wearing my trainers, but that's really nice. Like, maybe I've just not flown so far in recent years, but I can't remember the last time I was in an economy seat and I got a full-on amenity kit. Alright, I do need to locate some water because I'm really thirsty and I want to take a tablet, so let's go back to the seat and see about that. Even though it was about 3 p.m. in Malaysia by this point, a light breakfast was served around an hour and a half before we landed. It didn't look like much, but it was actually pretty good. I also was so tired by this point, and I only realised that you could bend these headrests, and they were actually a lot more comfortable. But never mind, we were landing in Kuala Lumpur, and after 9 hours, it was time to get off the plane. Top tip for Malaysia, there's an e-form to fill in before you go, and that saves you a lot of time at immigration because you can use the e-gates. I got a drink at immigration, which I've never had before, and got through quite quickly. I am at the other side of the airport, and I have a large coffee, which is a bit of a danger coffee considering it's 10 to 6, but I did only get about 2 hours sleep on the plane, which means I only had 2 hours sleep in the last, 30 hours, so I'll probably be okay to sleep tonight, fingers crossed. Final thoughts on Turkish Airlines Business versus Economy. The business is very good. I did prefer Qatar, I think just because you get a bit more separation with Qatar. I don't know if on some of the other jets in Turkish you maybe get the same amount of like Qatar you feel like you're in your own little pod. So I did like Qatar in that way, and I did also find the dining a bit better on Qatar. I found they were a lot more forward with offering drinks, and the actual dining procedure was a little bit more elaborate, like you got the courses brought out to you one by one. Whereas very strangely with Turkish, you got your starters and your dessert served together, but then you were meant to just leave your dessert, and then they came around with the hot dishes, and the food was very good. But yeah, I found the way it was served a bit strange. They didn't have quite the same drink selection either. I didn't have my Sauvignon Blanc, which I was quite disappointed about, so I had to have a red, and they didn't quite have the same range of sort of flavoured drinks as well. If I'm looking at both Turkish and Qatar, I would probably say Qatar is better, but Turkish is still very, very good, and I am glad I upgraded just to have the experience. I probably won't be doing it on the way back because it wasn't cheap, but it was good to have the experience. But Turkish economy is good. Once you go from business to economy, you do really notice the seats feeling quite a lot smaller, even with my short legs. But other than that, I mean, it is a lot better than economy on a lot of airlines. I was really impressed that you still get your little amenity kit. You don't get that on many airlines these days. You also obviously get exactly the same entertainment, and actually on my business class, the entertainment, well, I couldn't actually get the entertainment to work, so I actually watched more entertainment on my second economy class. So you get your amenities, you get your entertainment, and you do get a food menu as well, but it's only one option, apart from because I'm vegetarian. Oh no, I think there were two options actually. Yeah, sorry, there were two options for dinner, one option for breakfast. Because I'm vegetarian, I got a different option for breakfast because I ordered a vegan menu meal, and I think the main option was scrambled eggs with turkey and mushroom. So I got some little sandwiches, which were quite nice actually. When they first came out, they didn't look like much, but they were sort of roasted vegetables inside them, which was quite tasty. Yeah, Turkish Airlines is definitely one of my favourite airlines, and I will definitely try and fly it more in the future. I probably won't outright pay to upgrade in the future, just because I liked it. I did find Qatar better, and I would like to try business in a few other airlines as well to compare them, so probably wouldn't pay for it again, but I would definitely use points to fly business with them again, and I will definitely keep on flying with them to accrue their points, because obviously they aren't Avios. Brings me to the very last thing that I want to say, which isn't really about Turkish Airlines at all, but it is about flying business class. If you want to fly business class more, the way I managed to fly business class with Qatar Airways the last time I flew, that was the first time I ever flew business class, was purely by getting AMEX points and transferring them to Avios. I could probably do a whole video explaining how this works and explaining a few more ways that you can get Avios points, so let me know in the comments if you'd like me to do that. But basically, I signed up for the AMEX Gold card, which is completely free to do so, and then once you spend £3,000 on it in your first 3 months, then you get quite a hefty bonus. So if you sign up with my link, you will get at least 22,000 as this bonus, which is much more than you'd get if you just signed up for it without a referral link. Full transparency, if you do that, I get some points as well. So if you'd like to sign up for the AMEX Gold card with my link, that will be in the description as well. And yeah, just let me know if you'd like me to do sort of a full sit down explain a video about how I collect these Avios points, because I've collected quite a lot without that much effort in the last like six to 8 months or so. But that doesn't apply for Turkish, because Turkish are Star Alliance, they're not One World. Yeah, that doesn't apply, but what you can do is obviously join the Miles and Smiles Club, which is their loyalty program, and then you earn points through that. So I think that is everything that I had to say. Hopefully this review has been interesting. I only slept for 2 hours of my 9-hour flight to Kuala Lumpur because I do really want to sleep tonight and try and beat the jet lag, so fingers crossed that works. So for the Turkish Airlines business class upgrade, I paid £400. This is without using any miles or points or anything like that. I just paid straight up £400. It was only a 3.5-hour flight, so I probably wouldn't pay again, but I do think it was worth it just to try it out and be able to make this video. So let me know in the comments if you would pay that much for an upgrade on Turkish Airlines business class, bearing in mind this is only the short leg from London to Istanbul. Waiting for my friend now, and we have a big reunion, and then we are spending the next 2 weeks exploring Borneo, so I hope you will tune in for some of my videos there, because it's going to be really exciting. Hopefully see orangutans, go for some scuba diving and whatnot, and I hope I'll see you there. Bye!